Assalamualaikum, family. This is Nation Town TV live. A little bit later than we usually do, but we are dealing with part 2 of Business Warfare, Show and Prove. And what we mean by show and prove, family, we're going to show you and prove how you fight the warfare of business. We're going to show you how we fight, how Nation Town fights. And of course, as you know, we'll go into more detail in a minute, but right after these messages. I'll be right back.
I was told to deliver.
Rio.
Assalamu alaikum, family. It's your brother Landon X. This is Nation Town TV Live. And as you saw, we are on that topic today once again, just like we did last week. But we had to hit it again because we really want to hit it from every angle. So when we deal with business as warfare, last week we dealt with whether or not we're winning the war. But if we're really going to look at it from a warfare perspective, when our people don't even really know how the war is won. Now, some of you that follow Nation Town, subscribe to Nation Town, you already know or know the gist of how we get down. But we want to make it plain. We want to get the blood off our hands and make it plain. But before we do that, let me first start off in the proper fashion by saying, in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the most merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who appeared to us in the person of Master W. Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are forever due. We're talking about the Mahdi, the long-awaited Mahdi of the Muslims and Messiah of the Christians. How do I know that he is those things? Because when he came 9,000 miles by himself, he raised a prototype, an ideal savior in our midst, who is the messenger of Allah at minimum. So when the Holy Quran teaches us in Surah 16 and 36, Surah 10 and 47, 44 and 5, where it breaks down that certainly a messenger would be raised for every nation, and that messenger would speak the language of that people, then that fits the description of none other than this man that you're looking at right now, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And his work since 1934 of raising the dead, as you see here, the sisters and the brothers, to a living perpendicular. Now, how do I know about these men? How can I tell you about Master Fard Muhammad? How can I tell you about the most honorable Elijah Muhammad unless there's a bridge in time that connects me to them? When you consider the fact that Master Fard Muhammad left the scene several decades before I was even a twinkle in my mama's eye, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad left the scene several years before I was even a twinkle in my mother's eye. I know because there's a man in our midst today, and that man is a divine reflection of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. When I watch him move, when I watch him act, when I watch him deal with the nation within the nation, as well as the greatest enemy that this universe has ever seen, then I know I'm looking at or hearing a divine echo of Master Fard Muhammad. I'm speaking of this man right here, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the same brother that you see over my shoulder. In those three great names, I greet the Nation Town family in the words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. Shout out to everybody chiming in. We see you. I see you, Brother Hakeem. All praises due to Allah. Wa alaikum salam. And as always, we want you to hit us up with your questions and comments. And as you see right here from my brother Hakeem, wa alaikum salam, we will superimpose it over the screen. We won't be on long, but we do intend to be on strong, because what we're going to do is that we're going to make it plain as to how Nation Town, the Nation Town family, the first family of Nation Town, how we fight in the war of business. Now, as Brother Hakeem posted on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, sometimes we cross you up. Sometimes you think we talking about one thing when it turns out we're talking about another. Now, you may be under the suspicion that this is going to be some kind of master class or whatever kind of class on running a business. Well, that is honestly the second most important aspect of business in economics, is running a business. What? How is that, Brother Landon? How you even deal with business unless you own a business? See, that's a part of the problem. And that's why we all came to the conclusion last week that this war of business, this warfare of business, was a war that we were currently losing, because we think business is something you don't even have to think about, and economics is something you don't have to think about unless you already own 9 businesses, driving a Bentley, with a spaceship in the backyard and a house that's bigger than the White House. Then you shouldn't even be concerned with business. But that's so far from the truth, and we're going to break down what we mean by that. As you know, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us very well on the importance of separation. If you don't know much about this man, if you just know the basics about this man, then you know where he stands on separation. As he said, separation is the best and only solution. If you read this book that I call the Black Man's Bible, Message to the Black Man, then you know that throughout this Bible, throughout that message to the black man, you find the most honorable Elijah Muhammad constantly reiterating, doubling down, tripling down on the importance of separation. He even goes so far as to say in his overall teachings that it is more important to teach separation than it is to teach prayer. Now, some of my Orthodox Islamic brothers may have a heart attack hearing that, but when you go in the Holy Quran and it tells you to guard the most important prayer, when it tells you that if you feel, this is from the Holy Quran, if you feel that you are in danger, do not just lay down and make salat in the midst of danger. No, it allows you to pray while on horseback. Horseback in modern terms could mean in your car, could mean while you're moving from point A to point B. It could mean while you're working. But it says you can pray while you're on the move until you reach safety, then pray as you were taught to pray. That's in the Holy Quran. And then in the history of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, you learn about the Hijrah. With the Hijrah, Prophet Muhammad fled his home nation of Arabia. And in fleeing Arabia, he ended up in Jerusalem. Yeah, that Jerusalem, the same Jerusalem that's in your Bible. And at that time, well, actually, he fled to Medina, but at that time, he had the followers that he had pray toward Jerusalem and not Mecca. A lot of them tried to clown him about that. A lot of them tried to say he wasn't a real messenger of Allah. A lot of them tried to say he wasn't who he says he was. It sound familiar? I'm not talking about these two brothers right here. I'm talking about Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him. The same Prophet Muhammad that billions of Muslims all over the world say that they submit to his sunnah. Well, at the beginning of his sunnah, he had the believers praying toward Jerusalem, not toward Mecca. That's because he was in the middle of a process of separation where he was focused on getting the believers to safety first. And when he felt like the army of believers was ready to go back to Mecca and fight for the Holy Land, then he switched it back up. So separation, as the most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches, is indeed more important than prayer. The sunnah and the history of Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah proves that. But there's a bit of a problem. Shout out to everybody chiming in. I see you. All praises due to Allah. I see you, Miss Phoenix. Wa alaikum salam. Feel free to hit us up with your questions and comments. We absolutely will superimpose them over the screen as you see. As we go along, we won't be on for too long, but we will attempt to be too strong. And as you can see, something's a little different. There's an extra brown leather chair on this episode. That could mean that we having a special guest. It could mean that I'm being spooky like the Jews who always leave a seat open for Elijah during Passover dinner. I think they call it Seder. Look it up. They keep a chair open for Elijah. That Elijah? If they know what's good for him, then yes. But they do keep a chair open. The Jews, the so-called Jew, the Jewish, they keep a chair at the table, at the dinner table. That's just what they make. I heard they even make a plate for them and everything. But I don't know. Moving along. I don't want to be labeled as an anti-Semite, even though I am a Semite. But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep it moving. As I said, there's an issue when it comes to separation here in America and amongst the Aboriginal man and woman. There's even a bit of a discrepancy among those who agree with the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that separation is more important than prayer, who agree that it's time for the black man to do for self or suffer the consequences. Now, what am I talking about? There's something that I call spooky separation. In the Nation of Islam and under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we do not believe in a mystery God. We believe in a true and living God that feels, touches, walks, talks, just like he's described in the Bible. Yes, that Bible, the same Bible your grandma got, says that God has ears. It says that he gets mad. It says that he hates. It says that he walks. It says that he talks. When he came to visit Abraham in your Bible, Abraham told his wife to make a plate of food for him. God, he said, make a plate of food for the Lord. That's what he told his wife, Abraham, in your Bible. So we don't believe in a mystery God. Our supreme wisdom lesson says that the Son of Man searched high and low for that mystery God and determined that there is no mystery God. So we don't believe in a mystery God. And you know what? Last time I checked, family, God, no matter how you see him, no matter what name you call him, God is at the top of the totem pole, right? I mean, if you believe in God, he's at the top, right? He's at the top of the food chain, top of the totem pole. He's at the top. So if you don't believe in a mystery God, that nullifies and disqualifies you from believing in a mystery anything else that is beneath God. How can you believe in a mystery God and believe in mystery economics? How can you believe in a mystery God and believe in mystery marriage? How can you believe in a mystery God and believe in mystery health? That you can just pray, you can just pray over over a pork chop and take the strychnine worm out of it just with a really good prayer by the Rebbe. This is the ignorance that we trying to step out of. So if you don't believe in a mystery God, then you cannot believe in a mystery anything below. So we do have people who believe in a mystery separation. And I'm going to break that down. What do I mean by mystery separation or spooky separation? This is spooky separation. And I'm going to go over the points real quick. This is one version of spooky separation. These are those who say, well, the government going to give it to us. And that's exactly how they pronounce it. The government. The government gonna give it to us. That's spookism. Some of us are sitting around just waiting. We just waiting on a call from Joseph Biden. We just sitting back waiting on a call from the same government that don't know what they're doing in Afghanistan. The same government that has never given us anything. The same government that told you were 3/5 of a man. The same government that has never catered to your needs. They've in some way, shape, or form catered or pretended to cater to damn near every demographic in America, even lifestyles. They'll cater to a lifestyle, something that you just woke up and said, you know what, I'm a tarantula today. And if they came up with an organization that fought for the rights of for human tarantulas, they would give them a check and give them a law and give them something before they would give you something. So, but some of us still have the mentality that the government The government. The man that's the same government that's led by this man. Wow. I mean, look at him. Does he look like a confident man in his job? Listen, family, since we're talking about business, if you show up to any place of business and you see an employee or the boss or even the janitor looking like this, something terrible is about to happen or has already happened. I mean, that is the most lack of confidence I've ever seen any president have. And I don't give a damn about either party and none of that. You can miss me with that. But just look at this man. Are you putting your trust in him to do anything for you? I mean, anything whatsoever. So the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the Muslim program, I get it. Some of y'all that are real sharp, you saying, well, but Brother Landon, the messages said that our former slave masters are obligated to give us land. That's true. But are we even ready for that land? And do we know what obligated means? You know how we do on Nation Town. We don't play with words. Words matter, as the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. They are obligated, but a lot of people that are obligated for a lot of things. There's somebody watching who got a baby daddy that's really obligated to come by with some Pampers and that little $40 a month or a week or whatever it is that judge stipulated for them to do. There's a lot of obligations in this world. Do we keep them? And most of all, does the Caucasian in his world keep them? Let's look at that word obligate. Obligated, which is the past tense, past participle. Bind or compel someone. Compel. Especially legally or morally. The example they use is the medical establishment is obligated to take action in the best interest of the public. With this jab that they trying to shove into your arm, does that seem like they're keeping up with that Hippocratic oath, as they call it? Is more like a hypocritical oath. So obligation, the key word that I'm missing through this whole definition is force. They are not forced. They are only obligated. Shout out to everybody chiming in. I see you, Brother Clayton. All praises due to Allah. All praises due to Allah. I see you, Brother Hakeem. All praises due to Allah. Man, I'm just keeping it real, Brother Hakeem. You know how we do it. So obligation is not worth the paper that you write the word down on. It's just not worth it. So that's one version of spooky separation. The idea that the government just gonna fall through out of nowhere and give it to us. The same government who done gave something to everybody but you, but they're gonna give you everything you need for separation. And do you even know what you need? Let's go to the next thing. Here's the sentiment. One man that we barely follow, we talking about leaders here, one man that we barely even follow is supposed to get it for us. This is another form of spooky separation and salvation. Somebody who we don't even follow like we should. We don't even listen to his instructions like we should. Somebody, I ain't saying no name, somebody who's been teaching, just laying his whole life on the ground for 45 years, said that even if they threaten his family, he gonna go down fighting for you. Giving us clear instructions so plain that, even the most ignorant fool could understand. Look at the word itself, leader. Leader. Some of us confuse the word leader for carrier. A leader means a leader goes left, you follow by going left. Leader goes right, you follow by going right. If you fail to do your part of that process, then it doesn't matter who that leader is. So that's the second version of spookiness that we do when it comes to separation. We expect one man that we barely follow. And I'm talking about registered believers, non-registered believers, fans. We treat our best leaders like a lovely song, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says. I mean, listen, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they not Chris Brown. They not Teddy Pendergrass. Brothers and sisters, they don't need your claps. They don't need that. Yeah, when you go to Savior's Day or some major lecture where we're selling tickets, that's only to pay for the venue. That's only to cover the cost of traveling and the staff that the minister staff. You're not paying for your salvation. You got to listen to what they're saying and move out on it. So that's the second thing. And then before I get off on this topic, expecting one man that we barely follow to get it for us, to get salvation for us, to get separation for us. The interesting thing about that, those of us who have that mentality, is that we don't expect anybody to do that for us with anything else that we love to do, anything else that we want. When it came to going to the club, whether you still live that life or not, did you need somebody to pick you up and take you and pay your way in and force you to go in there and, they bought all your drinks? No. Every day, there you are, front and center, free before 10. There you go. $20 for a watered down $3 drink. I used to work in the club promotions business back in the former life. I know all the tricks. They leave you in a line for hours. So when people drive by, they look at the club and they think the club is popping because it's 20 people standing in line. No, it's really 5 standing in line, but they got 20 waiting in line. So it looked like it's popping. I know all the tricks. The drinks are all watered down. You spending $20 for it to try to impress some female who don't give a damn about you. What leader forced you to that club? What leader did you need to take you to the liquor store every weekend or the weed dispensary? What leader had to show you where it was and pick you up and force you, show you not to drink lights and darks at the same time? You found that out the hard way. You tried to take both to the head at the same time, at the same damn time. And you just laugh about it. And then you go back to the liquor store every weekend. You didn't need a leader for that. What leader told you to stand in a line, a welfare line, waiting on some Jordans to come out, a colorway that really came out 30 years ago, and now you paying more for it than what it cost 30 years ago, when in fact you paying for a shoe that cost $8 for Nike to make, and it was made in some ghetto in the middle of Taiwan by some 8-year-old Taiwanese sister. What leader did you need to force you to be what they call it, a hype beast? You didn't need a leader for that. You didn't need a leader for the liquor store. You didn't need a leader for the club. So you don't need a leader for separation other than divine instructions. That's all you need. When a new club is popping in your city, all you need is instructions. Where it at? Where it at? Oh, it's off of so-and-so. It's off Crenshaw. It's off Peachtree. It's over there by Lenox Mall. It's over there by Crenshaw Mall. It's over there by here, over there by there. Cool, I'm there. Boop, you there. New liquor store pop up. Good prices. Where is it at? That's all you need to know. You there, front and center. Them new J's coming out. The infrared's coming out. What day? Coming out on the 8th. Oh, okay. Boom, you there. Thanks, cuz. It's a wrap. So that's all you need is divine instructions. So you can miss me with the idea that you need a leader to pick you up, a grown ass man. Pardon my English. A grown woman. Gotta pick you up to do something that you know is right. But things that you know are wrong and frivolous, all you need is somebody to point in the direction. But I digress. Shout out to everybody chiming in. I see you. All praises due to Allah. All praises due to Allah. Brother Hakeem said, that's what they say. What Farrakhan gonna do for us? I mean, you should be, you should feel like you got on for a man. I'm talking to the brothers out there, the males out there. If you say those words, and I bear witness to what Brother Hakeem is saying, if you say those words right there, that's what they say. What Farrakhan gonna do for us? If you say that, and you can use any name. Yeah, you can put Jesse Jackson. You can put a clown in there. You can put Al Sharpton. But any other grown man to do anything for you other than give you instruction? I mean, hell, if you go to college, what are you paying for? You're paying for instruction. You're paying for instruction. It don't matter if you get a job just based on the fact that you graduated from a certain college. Once you show up on the first day and you don't know what the hell you're doing, that job ain't gonna last, especially with you being black. So what you really get from that college situation is some type of technical training, some type of teaching. A grown man, that's the only thing a grown man should ever want from another grown man. That's really what a grown woman should only want from another grown person, is guidance. Show me where you got it. Show me how to get it. Thank you. Have a nice day. That should be the end of it. And then judge the advice only after you followed it. Only after. You have no way to fix your mouth on any leader that you didn't follow. I didn't say claim their name. I'm not saying you put on a t-shirt. I'm not saying you went to a lecture or two. I'm not saying you put on a bow tie headpiece for a couple of months like Regional Minister Abdul Halim out of Houston says those 90-day wonders, because after 90 days you wonder where they went. But somebody that you actually followed, you did it step by step. You lived the life, you followed them, and it did absolutely nothing for you, and your life got worse. Okay, now, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. But if that's the case, then fine. But other than that, no grown person should ever want anything from another grown person, especially a man, other than sage and sound and, better yet, divine advice and instruction. Shout out to everybody chiming in. I see you. All praises are due to Allah. Let's keep it moving, family. We won't be on long, but we do intend to be on strong. What's the next version of spooky separation? Because we got to deal with this. We got to deal with this spooky separation. Because some of us, we spooky about it. Believers, non-registered believers, just black folks in general. Even I'm talking to those of us who agree with the messenger now. Keep in mind, those who agree that it's time to separate. Okay, but do we know what that means? Let's go to the next version of spooky separation. I just got to deal with this. So if you falling victim to it, just shake it off. Wherever there's life, there's hope. Here's the third version. The where we gonna go, Negro. Where we gonna go, Negro? I'm gonna tell you right now, if this is your mentality, then this is you. That's you right there. If you're the type of Negro that when you start hearing about separation, your first question, oh, okay, well, where we gonna go? Where we gonna go? We gotta go somewhere. We gotta get it. First of all, I love it when I hear we gotta get away from this white man. See, you gotta be. This is why the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they make sure that they teach from what we call the poison book, the Bible. Not only because there is truth in the Bible and it needs to be mined out, it needs to be properly deciphered. And that's where most of our people are buried. The Bible is basically the tombstone of our dead people. It's the graveyard of our dead people. So we got to dig into that to get our people out that grave. But also there's a lot of truth there. And the truth of the Bible tells us that the devil, that Satan, deceived the whole world. His slithering claw print, as you see in this cartoon from the old Muhammad Speaks, from Eugene Majid, who I pray is still with us. If not, may Allah be pleased. He did most of those fantastic classic comics. If there's one thing that I wish could be added to the final call, it would be these comics. But this is depicting this devil. He's like a python. He's like a snake. And notice how his tail has wrapped all over the globe. This is right out of your Bible. Right out of your Bible. Deceived the entire world. And not only that, to my where we gonna go, Negroes. Let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's recap. Let's recap real quick. You got the government gonna give it to us, spookism. You got the ones who believe that one leader that they barely follow will get all of this for us. And then you got the where we gonna go, Negroes. As if the only the only problem with our lifestyle and our condition is our location. First of all, black people already live amongst each other, by and large. I hope we understand that. 80% of black people live amongst other black people. Now, it's not necessarily by choice. It's, predominantly by happenstance and by, opportunity. And we live in what's essentially colonies, not communities, but colonies controlled by forces outside. That's what makes it a colony. But we already live amongst each other. And we're going to kind of talk about that today as we go forward. We won't be on much longer, but we will be on stronger. But these are the first three that we covered so far. Let's go to the next one. I really like the next one. Shout out to everybody chiming in. Hit us up with your questions and comments. I almost forgot. This is Nation Town TV, ain't it? And we would not be here doing this if it were not for the almighty grace of Allah and his divine will through the sponsorship of NationTownStore.com. Make sure y'all hit that up, NationTownStore.com. Definitely. And then we're going to bring that back up in a minute, and make sure you show us some love. $ Nation Town. Much love to everybody that shows love. Like Brother Hakeem, Brother Clayton just hit up NationTownStore.com. Sister Miss Phoenix 91 shows us a lot of love. Just everybody that showed love. I'm losing count, and that's a good thing. I'm losing count of the love that we getting with the NationTownStore.com. It's your store at the end of the day. But also show us some love, $ Nation Town on Cash App, so we can continue our programs such as the Yes Ma'am program, a meal and a message, where we provide healthy meals and PPE products, the same kind of food that we would eat, the same kind of products that we would use, as well as books coming soon to the Southern California area. And we hope to expand this program throughout the nation. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody chiming in. All praises are due to Allah. But we're going to get to how we fight this war. We're going to get to showing and proving and what we mean by that. But we got to cover this. We got to deal with the ailments first. We got to prescribe the right medicine first. And we got to know how sick we are. And then we got the scam likely Negro. What do I mean by the scam likely Negro? We got to be careful with the scam likely Negro. Now, this is not really someone who's sitting back waiting on something to happen. These are the individuals who present their own solution to separation and salvation. And you got to kind of fact check it. You got to be careful. Many of you have the iPhone. They got a new feature on iPhone now where they've kind of compiled a list of phone numbers that are associated with scams. So when they call you, you get the scam likely thing. But here's what I mean by the scam likely. These are the individuals who paint a picture to our people that separation and salvation has an easy button. If you remember those Staples commercials that said it's an easy button, you just come to Staples and we make it all easy for you. Some of us want to believe, all of us want to believe that there's an easy button to separation and salvation. There's a price tag, affordable price tag. Pay me $200, you separated. Come do this, buy this, and overnight you separated. It doesn't work like that. And some of our people are out there presenting, some wolf tickets to the people, telling them that, hey, I got the solution. All you got to do is just give me about $15 and boom, I'm going to drop it on your head overnight. You ain't got to work. You don't have to sacrifice. You don't have to be disciplined. You don't have to do nothing. I got you. So that's the other spookism, and that's the last that we're going to cover today. Is that idea that there's an easy button process to this separation and the salvation thing. It's just not, people. I know you want it. I know it's been, but think about it, man. We talking about just 400 years, in a universe that's trillions upon trillions upon trillions of years old. In the vast majority of that timeline, the black man is and was God and reigned supreme. We stumbled a little bit. Over the wheel of time, that 400 years is nothing. We stumbled a little bit, but you know how black folks do. We outside, we walking and we trip. We the coolest trippers there are. We trip and, dust ourselves off, act like we did it on purpose, look around and see if anybody saw it. That's what we going through right now, just a little trip. So I know you might get impatient and you looking for that overnight solution. It wasn't an overnight process of breaking the black man into a nigga, from a god to a nigga. It wasn't overnight. The first level of it took 64 years. The 64-year process between 1619, between 1555 and 1619. And then when you look at, whenever you start anything, you want to compare something. You want to compare and contrast. We want our nation. We want a sovereign nation. We are building a sovereign nation. But ask yourself this: how long did it take America to become a true sovereign nation? It was so-called discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1492? And I use that terminology. The Supreme Wisdom used that terminology, that he discovered. And I think I know that's the right terminology, because children discover things every day. Your child, if you got a newborn or a toddler, that child will discover the stove, discover the refrigerator, discover how to use the bathroom by themselves, discover the TV, discover the laptop, discover things, discover the phone. That don't mean it didn't exist before they discovered it, but it's new to them. So yeah, he discovered it 1492. The Revolutionary War ended in 1776. Do the math. We talking almost 300 years. And they had free labor. And they had us. They had gods working for them as slaves. Y'all didn't hear that. They had gods working for them as slaves, and it still took them 300 years. This white man that you love so much, him, took him 300 years with gods as slaves. So just think about that. So be careful with the scam likely, brothers and sisters. It ain't no easy button to it. There is a process, and the process is not as hard as it may seem. It just ain't overnight. Consider this before we move on. Black Wall Street, we talk about it all the time on Nation Town TV. It happened long before social media, long before cell phones, long before black folks were even going to college. If you notice, most HBCUs started in the late 1800s or early 1900s. So the people that started Black Wall Street were not college graduates. Many of them couldn't even read or write, but they had skills and they had determination. And even in those old times when real pungent racism exists, existed. Within 30 to 40 years, from chattel slavery to 1921 and beyond, as we talked about last week, they built it almost overnight. And 20 to 30 years back in the early 1900s is nothing. Now just imagine what we could do today. So let's keep it moving. Shout out to everybody chiming in. I see you. All praises due to Allah. Dear Sister Yasiel Joy. All praises due to Allah. Wa alaikum salam. Indeed, dear sister. Shout out to everybody showing love and showing support. Hit us up, Cash App, $ Nation Town. Hit us up on Nation Town Store. And now we're going to get to the meat of the program. Let's get with some solutions, man. We done dealt with the problems, and we got to. Let's get out of that mentality that we got to ignore the problems. And that's why we have problems, because we don't deal with them. So let's go deeper. And we're going to get up out of here, dear family. Shout out to everybody chiming in. And I got to say this. Oh, I missed one. This is actually the last one. It's the best one. The most important one. If you look right there at the bottom, the last and really the worst version of the spooky separation Negro are these Willy Wonka Wakanda Negroes. I'm going to say that again. Willy Wonka Wakanda Negroes. Landon, you stay coming up with, what is a Willy Wonka Wakanda Negro? Well, let me first say this. A lot of people believe that the Muslims under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad are sometimes offensive toward our Christian family. That's false on its face for the most part. Now, there are some Negroes who come into this teaching, and the first thing they want to do is go tell their mama that she's a fool for worshiping a white Jesus and throw out all, a lot of people came in the nation like that, throw out all the pork in the house, knock down all the pictures of the white Jesus, want to go and argue with all your uncles and your aunties and all that. But I got to defend our Christian family for a hot minute. How you going to do that, Brother Landon? Why you going to do that? Let me explain. Because when we see stuff like this, our folks in church catching the Holy Ghost, acting a fool, going to church expecting that some God in the sky, some mystery God, some sky daddy is going to come and just save and take away all their problems. When we see this kind of stuff, we laugh and we joke and we say, they crazy, because we woke, we know the truth, we know all that. Okay, all right. Well, I'm here to tell you that the enemy didn't call it audible on us. Yeah, he's already stepped on religion. He stepped on that a long time ago. In hoc signo vinces. He did that a long time ago. But he's moved on now. He's using other things to keep us asleep. Because like your grandma might be catching the Holy Ghost, acting a fool in church, we acting a fool in different ways today. I know y'all remember when Black Panther came out. We all played dress up at the theaters. I ain't saying nothing wrong with this. It's all right if you went and ordered a dashiki out of, straight from China, and you went and you was so emotional because you was so happy to see what you saw as black excellence on the TV, on the screen. I get it. I understand. And we just it was just so, even though none of these people went to go see the Nat Turner story, Birth of a Nation, but it's all good. Birth of the Nation only made $40 million. Black Panther made almost $2 billion, but it's okay. I understand. So while you making fun of grandma for going to church, praying to a white screen, praying to a white Jesus, thinking that white Jesus is going to give us salvation, today we pray to a silver screen. We just want to see a story about it. We want to see a movie about Black Wall Street, but not an actual Black Wall Street. We just want to see a movie about this, a movie about that, a movie about this. This is the new church. Entertainment is the new church. Come on, let's call a spade a spade. So that's where we are right now. That's where we are. And I'm telling you, family, it's just not gonna work like this. Let me post them one more time. None of these things are gonna work. The government's not gonna give it to you. You shouldn't expect anything. Expect anything from any leader that you hardly follow. You shouldn't. It's not gonna work like that. The scam likely Negro, leave him alone. Willy Wonka Wakanda Negroes, leave him alone. Leave him alone, family. So let's get to the solution. The solution can be found in Message to the Black Man. Let's see what the messenger says. The messenger says, with the right understanding and with business unity, we can turn the great flow of millions of dollars that leave black communities and go into the hands of white businessmen back into the pockets of the poor black men and women who would benefit most by it. How can we do this? The messenger says, how can we do this? Well, here's the answer. As you can see, it's highlighted. He says, first, we must stop being so foolish as to spend our few hard-earned dollars with the rich of this land. He goes further to say a message to the black man. The black men are the only members of the human race that deliberately walk past the place of business of one of your own kind, a black man, and spend your dollars with your natural enemy. Now, this proves to be true. This proves to be absolutely true. And I don't know where she came from, but all praise is due to Allah. Yeah, she the solution. All praise is due to Allah. Yeah.
To all of your problems.
All praise is due to Allah. But check this out, family. I'm going to prove that the messenger is right by saying that first we got to learn how to spend our money. Notice that he didn't say first you got to go holler at Scam Likely, brother or sister. He didn't say first go start 10 businesses. That's good. Starting a business is good. You know, having babies is good. But how you going to feed them? Are you going to feed them? You don't feed a baby, what happens? Can they be fed? So there's a lot of things that can be done, but notice that the message says first we got to know how to spend our money. And I'm going to prove that that's absolutely correct. Because in this day and age, family, we have more college graduates than we have ever had as a community. We have more black millionaires than we have ever had. And I mean they balling, they living their best life than we've ever had. All praises due to Allah. We got more woke brothers than we ever had. Wokesters, as I call them. We so woke, man. We got our timeline on social media is just filled with facts and trivia and information. All praise, that's beautiful. But this is what our communities still look like. Something is wrong with this picture. Not only how our communities look, but then the actual facts back it up. This is from the Washington Post. It says the black-white economic divide is as wide as it was in 1968. This is an article from a year ago. As you can see right there, it says this article is more than 1 year old. This is from a year ago. The black-white economic divide is as wide as it was in 1968. Now, you was laughing at Grandma and them. You was laughing at them. In the old way of doing things, the old way they worship God, the old way they did all of this stuff. You was laughing at them, the civil rights movement and all that. Yeah, you was laughing. You was laughing, but look at you. Look at us. Look at where we are. The black-white economic divide is as wide as it was in 1968. So that tells you that just going and getting the bag is not the solution. The question is, what are you doing with the bag? Or better yet, the bucket. It's cool to go and scoop up things, but if you got holes in that bucket, you'll be scooping forever. And that's where we are right now. So what we're actually going to do, family, we're going to real quickly go over how the Nation Town family is fighting the war of separation, following the instructions of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, where he said, all right, let me repeat it. I got to repeat it. He said first. He didn't say second, third, fourth, or fifth. First, we must stop being so foolish. His words. Foolish as to spend our few hard-earned dollars with the rich of this land. So in following that, what we're going to do, we're going to show and prove how we are separating and how we're fighting that war. So what we're going to do is break down some of the simple things that we're doing. First of all, and this is brought to you by NationTownStore.com. First of all, did you know that this is one of the most important things right here? Household items. Household purchases. Most often purchased household items. Do you know that when politicians are bought, when wars are waged, tanks are bought, fighter jets are bought, grenades are purchased, that's paid for by the millions and billions of dollars of the billionaires in this country? Where do they get their money from? They get their money from the everyday expenses that the average everyday man spends their money. Are politicians bought and paid for? I mean, answers. Hit us up in the comments. Are politicians bought and paid for? Are they trustworthy? Are they not bought and paid for? Okay, well, who's buying them and whose money are they using to buy them? These are multinational corporations that make their money from the average citizen. And the most often purchased household items are food and groceries, personal care items, and clothes. Now, ask yourself a clear question, family. When you look around your house in those three categories, how much of it did you get from a black or aboriginal man or woman? And that answers, instead of, and you know, because we don't have to keep going through this thing where we envy and hate on those who have money, especially white people that have money. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that, especially when you consider you the one that gave them the money. Y'all mad at Jeff Bezos for getting on a damn spaceship. What you mad for? You got Amazon packages stacked this high on your porch right now. Amazon is a hell of a company. You know, the message said, observe the operations of the white man. He is successful. So every day we trying to find faster ways to send stuff out via NationTownStore.com. So I respect them. They started just selling old books, used books. They weren't even selling brand new books when they first started. And now look, you can find anything on Amazon. I ain't mad at them. And if you mad at them, stop supporting them.
That's right.
Stop sending them to the moon. All praise is due to Allah. But look, food, groceries, personal care items, and clothes. What we want to do, we not bragging. Because we ain't balling. We not bragging. What we want to show you is how easy it is, because the most important part of economics is on the consumer side, not the proprietor side. Proprietor meaning the business owner. We have more entrepreneurs than we ever had in the history of black people. And we broke those records 40 years ago. There's never been. There are more black entrepreneurs today, probably 1,000 times more than they were in the days where we had 60 plus independent black towns. So why do our communities still look the same? Because of that leaky bucket. Our money is going out. For every dollar that comes in, $2 go out. How's that, Brother Landon? You ever heard of usury? We go and get the most expensive car, most expensive house. They got the most expensive property taxes. So even though it cost us $800,000 for the house, we've been overtaxed on the property. Get down to it. So what we're going to break down is just some things that we've done, and what I actually crunched the numbers, brought out the calculator, and found out that in our household, the X household, we actually have spent on a regular basis over 80%
Woo.
of these products that you see right here. Food, groceries, personal care items, and clothes on a regular basis. Over 80% of what you find in our household comes from a black owned proprietor. And we're not saying it to brag, we're just laying it out there, because I can't keep talking about spend money, buy black, and then I'm not showing you how. I'm not giving an example. Just like Scam Likely can't tell you that he can make you $1 million in a week if he don't appear to have $1 million. I'm not mad at Scam Likely for doing an Instagram commercial on a spaceship and saying, "Hey, be like me." He got to show you that he doing it, so you can do it. Okay, well, we gonna show you that's very simple. It ain't glamorous, it ain't cute, but it's absolutely necessary. Let's get down to it. You ready?
Oh,
Sister
yes.
Shauna, all
And,
praise due to Allah.
Let me go ahead and open up in the proper fashion.
All praises due to Allah.
Assalamu alaikum. I bear witness that there is absolutely no God but Allah. He appeared to us, the black man and woman in America, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom all praise is forever due. I further bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he is the Mahdi, he is the living, exalted Christ, and the first begotten of the dead, and that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he is the Messiah, Son of Man, and Jesus in our midst today. It is in those three great, holy, most beautiful, and righteous names that I greet my beloved Nation Town TV family in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum. And I'm bragging a little bit low-key because when I got to compiling my list and just looking around the room and looking around the house, that list was endless. My husband was like, just, 5 or 10, black-owned businesses, products, services. OMG, that list was so long, and I was just so proud.
Praise be to Allah.
So very proud. And I'm like, I can't narrow it down, just a couple of these products for the first show. But we got a few products for you and a few services that we want to go ahead and enlighten you on. But yeah, I'm low-key bragging a little bit. 80%. That's pretty
80%,
dope.
80%
That is
household
dope.
items. Because you think about it, most of the money that you spend outside of the house is not very frequent. Even if you living your best life, as they say on Instagram, and you just traveling all over the world, honestly, even if you living like that, okay, we talking one plane ticket a week, one hotel stay a week, which is crazy. Most people, this is like 2 or 3 times a year, 2 or 3 vacations. I don't know how you making all that money and taking all them vacations, okay, unless you selling something else. But anyway, so... So, even if you're traveling and doing a lot of things outside the house, nothing compares to the constant need inside the house. You got to wipe your backside. You got to brush your teeth. You got to eat. You got to do all of these things. So household items are the most important. But first, let's start with this. First of all, this is something I got to give to my wife. She's very keen on this. Nowadays, you can go on Google. You can go on Google to help you find. This is what I always get from brothers and sisters when I get to talking to them, especially directly, in real life about buying black. They get to say, "Oh, brother, how I find these black-owned companies? How I find them?" Google it. And nowadays on Google, all praises are due to the minister said, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan about 5 years ago said that he thanks Allah for the Jeff Bezos and the Bill Gateses and the Mark Zuckerbergs and the advancement in social media and so forth, because not only has it helped him reconnect with our people when they took him off of television, but it's also given us technology and opportunity that we didn't have before, that if we use it right, we can do big things with. But if you just put in black-owned restaurants, it don't even have to be restaurants, black-owned anything, black-owned hardware store, black-owned whatever, near me, Google will kick it back. And nowadays, if you look at the bottom of the screen, that circle, you'll see that little icon that says identifies as black owned. Now do further research now, because some of these places, especially since the George Floyd situation, have been, just because they got a light-skinned dude that come in there and get a piece of chicken every day, they try to say that they're black owned. So do your research, find out who the owner is. But now, and Google, I found out Google actually does their own research, but I don't think they go too deep. But That's an easy way to start right there. If you don't see that identifies as black owned, then you can just pass that company. So that's a quick and easy way to find out. Then we also have our own platforms as black people, such as We Buy Black. Real simple. Go to WeBuyBlack.com. I'm not getting paid. Nationtown TV is not getting paid to endorse WeBuyBlack.com. That would be nice. Shout out to WeBuyBlack.com. You can hit us up on Nationtown, show us some love. But that's not why we doing this. We doing this for information purposes. You can go, and We Buy Black is not the only one. There are many, but they are the biggest. And I went to it. It's got a very easy platform, and you can go and find all kind of products on there. You may even see Nationtown on there very soon. But let's start with these main products.
Black Dollar Network as well.
Yeah, Black Dollar Network. Food and groceries, personal care items, and clothes. We're going to start from the top, work our way down to the bottom. We talking about our household. Let's start with food and groceries. Not only do we do this every time we get a taste for some restaurant food, my wife will tell you, I got a rule. If we're going to take our mouths outside of our house, then what we're going to do, we have to have, it's got to be a black-owned business. You can't listen, can we have a powwow real quick? You cannot claim that you don't like white people, you don't trust white people, you don't trust the government, you don't trust, you can use all the derogatory terms you want, cracker, peckerwood, Caucasian, caveman, whoop-de-whoop, beige people, whatever you want to call them. But if you letting them feed you, do you know that that's some of the best trust you can show a person, when you let them go into a kitchen and you don't even see it? That's what I like about places like delis. Everything's right there in front of you, but even then, they bring the food out from the back. You don't know what was going on in the back. So they got a kitchen back there, they cooking, doing whatever they want, then they bring it to you and it's hot and ready, and then you say thank you. And these are the people that you say that you don't trust and that you hate. So we make sure that when we eat out, we eat black owned, but we talking about household situations. We're going to do another episode where we deal with the stuff that we get out for outside the house, but we dealing with the house. And as I said, food, groceries, personal care items, and clothes. First of all, almost all of our food comes from this place right here. By the grace of Allah, here in Los Angeles, we have two black-owned grocery stores. And there's a company called Grocery Outlet. Grocery Outlet, for what they call full transparency, the company Grocery Outlet is not black-owned. Just like McDonald's is not black owned. Just like Wingstop is not black owned. But you might know that rapper Rick Ross owns they franchise out their locations. Well, Grocery Outlet does that. And here's what I like about it. They make sure that they only sell a franchise in a community to somebody who lives in that community. So when you see a grocery outlet in any community, the people that own it live close by. They are of that community. So with Grocery Outlet, there are two grocery outlets here in Los Angeles, and this is the lovely couple that owns and operates it. When you walk in, you see their picture hanging up there looking just like that. That is Neeson and Patricia Gill of Inglewood, California. Young, you don't even see no gray hairs. Look at them, beautiful, young, vibrant. Most of the employees are their young family members. And and listen, I gotta keep it real. We've been going to this one. Before that, we went to the one in Compton that was owned by a sister. But we've been going to this one for about 3 years now, and I've yet to see a white employee.
Facts.
Only black and Hispanic employees. I've seen white customers.
So professional.
Plenty white customers in there. Inglewood is getting gentrified, so I've seen white customers, but no white employees. That's important. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let me show you what it looked like up in there. Let me show you what it looked like. It's
The
a beautiful
environment is
store.
So beautiful, and they playing our music, baby. I love
Yeah,
going in
and
there.
I
I just
work-
be singing the whole time.
Yeah, and I worked in the retail industry, and one of the last jobs I had working for the white man is that I traveled from location to location, basically inspecting the store. So I know what to look for. And they are always clean,
Yes.
very organized, and very affordable.
Yes.
And they have an emphasis on health.
Yes.
As you can see right here, a healthy cart is a healthy start. So
Yeah,
it's healthy,
organics.
black owned, clean, and this is where we grocery shop. This is where we grocery shop exclusively. Now,
Every week.
we have another rule in our household. If there's something that store does not have, then we go the next step. There's got to be another Aboriginal owned establishment. We have a Hispanic chain of stores called El Super, who just recently, also the company that owns El Super, just bought Smart and Final. Just so you know. So when you shop at Smart and Final, you're shopping at a grocery store that is partially owned, that is majority owned by a Hispanic, Mexican owned company. So if I just gotta go to somebody like Ralph's, and for those of you on the East Coast and the Midwest, Ralph's is the same company as Kroger. If I gotta go to Ralph's for something, I get the bare minimum. Now the Inglewood store, we don't live that far from Inglewood, but it's about a 10, 15 minute drive. 20 minutes with bad traffic from where we live, but we make that sacrifice. And as I showed y'all before, this is a stack of receipts that I've been keeping of all of our black owned. This ain't even all of them. This is probably 50% of them just in the last 16 to 18 months. And as you can see, because like I said, this is show and prove. As you can see up front, I moved some of these main ones up front. Oh, I got it upside down. There we go. Grocery outlet, Inglewood. Grocery outlet. There it is. We got all kind of other stuff in there too.
Only racks I care about.
There it is. That's the phone.
Yes.
I don't know about the money phone, but I
Right.
got the receipt phone. I mean, we
Right.
talking about receipts. There they go.
That's money.
There it
going
is.
to our community.
That's real. I mean, so that's just an example. Find a black-owned grocery store. Can't find black-owned, then find Hispanic-owned. Can't find Hispanic-owned, then make sure you go somewhere in the black community. Even if you don't live in the black community, go and shop in the black community. And before you shop in the black community, do they employ black people? Do not shop anywhere in the black community that you don't see black people working at. Don't do it. That's the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that. Don't go anywhere where you're not wanted. If they won't hire you, even Dr. King was smart enough to tell Christians in the civil rights movement, don't go places where they don't hire our people. That was one of the last things he did, and that's the real reason why they murdered our brother.
And
now
if
go
you
ahead.
If you can't find a black or a brown grocer, go to the markets. I just lost
Farmers
markets, and you will find at least one or two, a few black independent farmers or producers, and shop with them. Don't make excuses. Just make it happen.
Yeah, that's what this is about. This ain't about excuses. This is about solutions.
Yeah.
So that's where we get 80 to 90% of our food from, that grocery store. When we go grocery shopping, 80 to 90% comes from there. If we got to get it somewhere else, it's because we cannot find it there. They also have great customer service. If it's something that you constantly can't find, you can talk to their staff and let them know that that they want it, because they're constantly, that's the science of retail. You got to experiment sometimes with what sells and what doesn't. You can't expect the store to have a mountain of products that they cannot sell. Because one thing you don't see a whole lot of in this store, you don't see too many bargain bins. And I'm going to tell you a secret about retail stores. The reason why you see bargain bins at the Walmarts and the Ralphs and the Krogers is because that store ordered products that they really couldn't sell. So they had to put it in that bargain bin so that people, so they could sell and get whatever they can from before it's perishable or before they got to throw it away. So they put it in them bargain bins before they finally get rid of it. So that's why you see they ain't doing you no favor. You know, they putting it in there because they over ordered it and they just took a guess. They took a gamble on a certain product and people just did not buy it. So moving along, that's the grocery. That's the grocery and food side of things. Remember, the most common items, because keep in mind, family, we got to deal with the common items. You know, if you go and buy a black owned African piece of artwork, it costs $800. That's cool, man. That's cool. And whatever artist you bought it from is definitely thankful. But how often do you do that? So we gotta deal with these common items. And we're gonna cover more than just what we move at nationtownstore.com. Trust me, we're not getting paid. Any non-Nation Town items, we are not making anything off of. We just want to show them love, and it's not even all Nation owned. Go ahead.
And I would be remiss if I did not give a big shout out to my sister Angie and her beautiful golden bean pie.
That's right. That's right.
See, there we go. That's my beautiful sister.
Absolutely.
And she sells her non-GMO, organic, golden, Angie's golden bean pies. And they are absolutely stunning and delicious and made.
And that's the Supreme bean pie. We sell the honey bean pie on Nation Town. I'm trying to get her. We trying to work out a deal to get it available on nationtownstore.com so we can get it nationwide, just like the honey bean, the world famous LA honey bean. We trying to work something out with her. You know, she's an independent sister.
That's right.
You know, she got some growing little girls that eventually will help her, but she's basically doing it all by herself.
Her now.
So make sure you show us some love. I don't know if she ships out of town or whatever, but we trying to get it on nationtownstore.com so it can be more accessible. Nation Town Store's purpose is to be that black Amazon and to get to the point where it's not about just our products, it's about getting more stuff out there. Shout out to nationtownstore.com. But we gonna get that Supreme bean pie one way. Classic version of the world famous bean pie. Moving along, family, we covered that. Let's get to personal care products. And we're not gonna jump right into Nation Town products. I'm gonna get into a sister. Well, I'm not even gonna say a sister. That's the CEO of the company. But when we see black-owned companies, take the personality out of it. Take the personality out of it. You know, you didn't even know who Jeff Bezos was before you had already spent $100,000 with Amazon. You still don't know who Phil Knight is and what he looked like, but you be the first one in line for the new Nikes and the new Jordans when they come out. You know, you never met Michael Jordan. So let's take the personality out. This company that we're about to talk about is Shea Cosmetics. Shea Cosmetics. I hope that I am pronouncing that correctly.
Right there, baby.
Shea Cosmetics. All praises due to Allah. Shea Cosmetics. This is a wonderful brand. Let me tell you something about Shea Cosmetics. When my wife began ordering this, the packaging was amazing. I was like, wow. I didn't even care what was in it. I was like, I kept the packaging for months.
Yes.
She was trying to make me throw it away. I was like, nah, this is a collector's item. But all praises due to Allah. The actual website, we want to make sure y'all know the website. It is SheaCosmetics.com. That's SheaCosmetics.com. I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably not. But it's Shea Cosmetics. This is the bottle. Shout out to Shea Cosmetics. Tell us about this real quick. Tell us about Shea Cosmetics.
Okay, first of all, this beautiful sister has handmade her own line of products that consist of, and it's been growing, that consists of herbal healing shampoo and conditioner. Let me touch on this real quick. This shampoo, you see the bottle, is a nice size bottle for one. This shampoo and conditioner, as soon as it hit my head, a coolness just went over my scalp. that lets you know that these are natural ingredients that are being used, not chemicals. This mint, you can smell it and you can feel it. She has also, I bought the whole product line, which included the hair products, the hair shampoo, conditioner, the oils, the mint spray as well. And also, if you see your sister, glowing, that's not just the pregnancy glow, but also the glow is coming from her beautiful, this is citrus. This citrus face wash.
That good?
It's that good. I love it every morning. It wakes me up. It's so good. Like, don't laugh, you guys, but it's natural ingredients. It's actual citrus. So when I'm washing my face, I get a little taste in your mouth. It's not like, ugh, what is that? You're not
eating it, are
no,
you?
Not
It's
eating
not. Let me tell you,
no.
it's not food. Don't
Be quiet.
eat.
I'm not,
Do not eat. I don't want to misrepresent my sister's product. Do not eat.
It is not.
Shea
It
Cosmetics.
has natural citrus in it. So if it happens to fall on your lip and it happens
You
to
gonna have
touch
these
your
people out here
tongue,
eating shampoo.
you're
man.
going to taste a beautiful citrus flavor, and you smell it, you feel it on your skin, and then that light oil that you put on afterwards. Oh, I like this. It's the best part of my day because it wakes me up. And it just smells so beautiful. There's no chemical scent. And this sister has been growing her product line. She has a beautiful son. And her products are so safe. She was actually able to use them on her infant son as well. And
Yeah, she posted it online.
She documents her journey. And I absolutely adore that. She has, as you see, the new flavors out with the lavender, which I'm so sure is beautiful. I need to re-up in a few more months. This has lasted me a long time, you guys.
Bear with you.
So I'll be re-upping and trying the lavender. She has the little roller for your skin that's all cool. The sister is growing her beautiful cosmetic line, and she's made it all from scratch, and she puts a lot of love into this, and she actually documents using her own self and her family and her beautiful son as as ambassadors of her products as others as well. It is phenomenal.
Now, for full disclosure, she was raised out here in Los Angeles.
That's right.
Muhammad Mas 27. Her mother is still a believer out here in Los Angeles. Her brother, her father, the whole nine. So we just want to put that out there. But we're not playing favorites just because she's in the Nation of Islam and that she's out of LA. And I'm gonna prove it with the next product that we're gonna show. Freedom Paper Company. And remember, I was talking about your backside. I hope, listen, because I always show love to the Nation Town family, our subscribers, and I always say how smart y'all are. I hope y'all smart enough to be wiping your backside. I hope you smart enough to make sure that you drying off your hands. We got Freedom Paper Company. Now, this is a brother who I've never met personally, and this is a believer in the Nation of Islam, but he's out of Baltimore, Maryland. So just to prove that we ain't playing favorites or nothing, Freedom Paper Company, it is a wonderful, you can go to freedompapercompany.com, real simple, or fpcpower.com, but freedompapercompany.com. And they got a bevy of products, all kinds of products. They got trash bags, they got cleaning products, man. They got black soap. They got a lot of stuff on there. Make sure you hit them up and get it, man. It's going to be very important. And I'm going to tell you, I got a little life hack for you right now. Listen, with Freedom Paper Company and Nation Town, I got to give full disclosure. This is found on nationtownstore.com, but we're not selling it. We give this away. You can get this from nationtownstore.com for free with any purchase of our personal care products on nationtownstore.com. You can get some free Freedom Paper Company products. But let me remind y'all something. This COVID variant is popping out here. Don't be surprised if we have another lockdown. Y'all remember what happened the last time we had a lockdown? You couldn't find toilet paper.
We were straight.
And you couldn't find water.
With our brother.
So come to your brother. Because Becky and Brad and them and Matt and them, they don't know about Freedom Paper Company. So they're not going to click, because that's who was getting it. Karen was buying all the toilet paper. with a big old behind. She was you know, getting all the paper. You know, they showed this one white girl that was loading up a whole truck at Home Depot and stuff with water and paper. So come to your brother and your sisters. Come to your people when those shelves at your favorite white-owned grocery store is looking shaky. Come home. That's God trying to tell you. That's God trying to tell you, man. Just support your own. So shout out to Freedom Paper Company. Another one we're gonna deal with real quick is Eminence Healing Energies out of Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to them. They are also believers. We don't know them personally, but we've been buying their products for it's very multifaceted products. It's Eminence Healing. I want to really, before my wife, she already chomping at the bit to talk about it. And rightfully so, because we have a debt of gratitude to this company with their wonderful products. We ain't gonna really get into that too much this week, but if you see the website right there at the top of your screen, eminentholistics.com, eminentholistics.com. That's where you want to go. Definitely hit them up. And my wife is going to give you a testimony. She got a whole report set out. It ain't going to take her long, but I hope she's strong.
I won't be long, but I'm sure enough going to be strong. So go ahead and hand it to me right there. Love the package. There we go. So we...
another company with great packaging.
Oh God. We ordered their fertility supplements, and this sister, it says baby now fertility. Let me bear witness that this is all organic. These products are all organic. They contain scientifically validated ingredients, and I'm reading from the packaging, the material that was sent to explain to you what you have, how to use it.
They send a report to you. Come on now. See, y'all can miss me with all that, bad customer service and all that. Listen.
Contains scientifically validated ingredients, safe for preconception use, insured for quality and potency, GMP certified manufacturing, made in the U.S., made with organic ingredients, gluten-free. Her packaging came all individually, beautifully packaged and secure. It tasted good. It worked, and it was a whole holistic approach to your health. The sister, as you see, this also came in our package. She gave beautiful stones to wear, and we know that type of energy also assists us as well. And it was just everything. We're not just taking, she didn't just provide supplements, and what these are, the supplements and the teas and the vitamins, but she also provided natural body washes, toothpaste, to make sure that your whole body is getting addressed and cleansed and detoxed and prepared for conception, to give you the best opportunity. And I'm telling you, this sister was so beautiful, and the biggest blessing that I received from her was not what she sent in the mail, but the consultation that we had over the phone. Follow-up calls. She's a gorgeous, beautiful, spirited individual, and when you go onto her website, she sells food, natural, organic, handmade food. She sells pies. She sells supplements, vitamins, everything to address the holistic approach of maintaining and getting back to a healthy state and condition. You have to check her out.
To our line. Shout out to her husband, who on Facebook, that's my Facebook partner, by the name of New Islam. That's the name he goes by on Facebook. Shout out to him. Shout out to the whole, I like to call them, like the Supreme Wisdom calls them, number one Michigan. Shout out to number one Michigan in Detroit. I miss going to Detroit for Savior's Day. We be back. But shout out to that whole Detroit family. We love y'all. And now, drum roll, please. Now, y'all know we had to do it. You know we had to do it. Now, we can't leave out the Michael Jordan of the whole story. We gotta deal with the fantastic Eating Fresh brand.
That's
this
right.
is the flagship personal care brand of Nation Town TV, and we just gotta point it out. You know, shameless plug, but at the same time, this is the majority of our personal care products, man.
Right.
The deodorant that I'm wearing right now is the solid deodorant. The solid deodorant. Check it out. Just so you know, it's something actually in it.
It smells
Ooh, I
so
wish I could
good.
smell it. I wish the smell is like cologne. It almost smells like cologne. Shout out to the toothpaste. That's actual toothpaste. Actual toothpaste. No parabens, no bad is no fluoride. It's made out of eucalyptus, tea tree oil, sage, baking soda, all natural,
Yes.
nation made. This is the rebirth of the product that the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan introduced in the late 80s, and the enemy tried so hard to derail. We got odor eliminators. Let me spray a little bit of that, you know what I mean, just in case, you know. I've been busy all day. I don't know what I'm smelling like. You know, I just gotta, be sure. You know what I mean? This is hands free. This is hands lotion, natural hands and body lotion made with shea butter, aloe vera, vitamin E. Man, come on, laundry detergent.
Come on.
Laundry detergent.
Everything you
And it's a lot too. This thing is heavy.
And I used to, what you trying to say?
That thing is heavy. That thing is heavy.
You only need a cap full.
That's all. That's
Maybe
all you
two
need.
with large loads.
That's all we need. Shower gel. All from NationTownStore.com. Make sure y'all hit up NationTownStore.com. We also got our daily coupon code Monday through Friday. Make sure y'all hit that up. And it's a surprise on what you actually save with that coupon code. We also got soap. Can't leave out the soap. You need soap. Come on now. Like I said, we got another lockdown coming up. Some of these personal care products is going to be hard to find. And instead of fighting Becky and Karen and Matt for your personal care products, just come to your brothers and get it. Shout out to Eating Fresh. Just so y'all know, in full disclosure, Eating Fresh is not a Nation Town product. We don't make it. This is a nation. This is a group of believers in the South and Alabama and as well as Georgia. They came together to bring this product back to life. Shout out to our brother Joe, who transitioned earlier this year. Beautiful brother. He kept that clean and fresh, eating fresh vision alive, and it's still going. Shout out to brother Corey Muhammad, brother Eric Muhammad. They growing every day. They getting sharper, getting better every day, but the product is already on point. That's how I came into it. It's because I just happened to use some. I just ordered it. I found it online, and it blew my mind that here we are, the Nation of Islam. We have our own personal care product, and we not all black people ain't washing their behind with your own soap. That blew my mind. So instead of just complaining about it, I said, well, let me do something about it. Let me make sure. And in fact, we make sure at NationTownStore.com that we sell it at the most affordable price. It's a very low profit margin item for us, but we make sure that we got it for you so that you can get it in your hand. Free shipping nationwide. We've even had a couple of international orders. So shout out to Eating Fresh. Absolutely. So we covered the first two, groceries and food, as well as personal care items. And the last thing we're going to cover, as you see, is clothes. Now, with food and groceries, like I said, we had 80 to 90% in our household, black owned. With personal care items, we had about 80 to 90%. Now, with clothes, I got to say that as a household, we had about 60 to 65%. And the reason being, most of that 60 to 65% is my wife. Me, I'm just not a big clothes person. I don't love shopping. I think it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange when a man just love to shop. So I ain't no big clothes shopper. I'm not with the drip and all that, but you can find good black drip. As you can see, NationTownStore.com. But we're going to get into a couple of places where you can go, especially for the sisters. And my wife is going to go into a little detail real quick, and we're going to get up out of here. This is the last one we're going to cover, the last step we're going to cover. But the first one we're going to do, we're going to go over is an actual company from another believer called Crowns by Mahogany. Another lovely sister out here in the Los Angeles area. You know, hey man, covered girls are the most beautiful girls, right? So this is where you go. Now, right now, they are working on their website. It's under construction. They just did a beautiful photo shoot for their upcoming website. But you can go on Facebook and find them, Crowns with a K by Mahogany on Facebook. And dear sister, if you want to give a little bit of,
yes,
let us know.
Talented, beloved Sister Latrice out of Compton, California.
Come on, straight out of Compton.
She sews by hand all, not just the crowns, but she makes whole entire outfits. She makes the crowns with the matching mask as well. She's extremely talented. She is becoming a social media influencer for the covered girls, and you have to check her out on Facebook. Also check her out on Instagram as well. Website coming very, very soon. She sews everything by hand, so there's a lot of love that's going into every item that you purchase from her, and it's all modest. We're not letting the devil control what we wear any longer. We're not having the devil set us out here in the streets looking like hookers and hoes. Excuse my language.
Ooh,
we are right.
Ooh, she cussed it in.
You know, we are showing the world that Islam is beautiful, modesty is beautiful, and you can be covered and you can be cute and couture. Okay, she is putting out beautiful, beautiful headpieces that you can see. I'm not really that good, but she taught me this one right here. So I have a few of the crowns, and this is one of my favorites, and this is one that I know how to wrap real well. But she has more than the crowns. She has beautiful outfits, so please go and check her out and support our dear beloved sister, Sister Latrice out of Compton, California, and make yourself covered and gorgeous.
Crowns by Mahogany on Facebook and Instagram, right?
Instagram.
And the gram, hit her up. Crowns by Mahogany. Sister, get you. Listen, I bear witness, and I thank Allah that I have a wonderful wife who is always covered and modest. And I'm gonna tell you, this is a good look for the black woman. Yes. All praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, Sister Claire Muhammad, and all the original MGT who helped design just the overall look and just the decorum of the lovely MGT. Shout out to Brother Marquise, Texarkana, man, them some hard driving soldiers in Texarkana. Wa alaikum salam. He says, dear brother, I appreciate the reminder, especially during this time. Listen, this is the time. And everything is lining up right now for us to not only do for self, but also to support self. See, doing for self is one thing, but when everybody's looking out, because you can spend $1 million with me, or I can spend $1 million with you, but if I take that $1 million and I give it right back to the enemy, what did we really do? What did we really do? What did we really accomplish? That's where Black Wall Street came from. The dollar didn't go nowhere. It didn't go to South Tulsa. It didn't. It stayed right there, and it kept on, and then it snowballs. That's a fact. That's the fastest way to economic development. Not no gimmicks, not no tricks, not no get rich quick schemes. Just support your brother, support your sister, and then all of a sudden they'll start being able to create opportunities for others. That's how it works. It ain't no other way around it. If you want to ask somebody if I'm too, like I said, some people consider me light skin or light brown skin, but I'm too dark for you to accept what I say on face value. So if you don't want to believe me, go observe the operations of the white man. Go observe the operations of the Korean man. Go observe the operations of any other community, and you will find their dollar sleeping in their community. Our dollar don't even last long enough to make it to the bed.
Take a nap.
Within an hour is gone. And that hour was just the amount of time it took bruh to catch the bus or catch an Uber and go spend his money somewhere else. So all praises due to Allah. We got a couple more we want to go over. That was Crowns by Mahogany. And again, she makes a very, very high value product. Make sure y'all show her love.
Garments for the little ones.
Now this next one, this is for the brothers and the sisters, but the brothers probably thinking like, man, I ain't trying to buy no scarf. I feel you, brother, before my sneakerheads out there.
Yeah.
This company is growing fast. And, you know, I'm funny about the sneakers I wear because I'm not a flashy dude, but at the same time, you know, I want it to be high quality. There's a company that's very active on social media and Instagram called SIA Footwear, which stands for Somewhere in America, 100% black owned, out of the Bay Area. And again, we showing you what we spend money on.
Yes.
And the queen right here, she got a couple of examples. I got some on the way myself. Some y'all know me, I keep it simple, all black on black, and you know how the sisters do. They gotta get cute with it.
You know, I used to be a hype beats in a former life.
Yeah.
I was in those lines.
This is high quality, man. High quality.
See, this is what fills my closet now. Black owned shoes, and this isn't the only pair of black owned shoes that I have as well.
Come on.
But these shoes, for one, I love that they're so exclusive. You can see Jordans walking all up and down the streets. Baby, when these shoes drop on the website, you got to know weeks, months in advance, because after a minute they are gone. These right here, these are the McFly CVO 002s. I butchered that, but they the McFlies. Look how dope these are. I like the quality though.
Yes.
You are not going to see this on the streets. Every time I walk out with these, I get compliments. These are such high quality. They are dope. This is dope.
And if you notice, what you might think is a swoosh is actually a dead
vulture for culture vultures.
So all the culture vultures, they dying. And this shoe signifies the death of the culture vulture with that dead vulture. You see with the X over his eye? Y'all watch cartoons. Y'all know what that mean. That mean the culture vulture is on his deathbed. And we bear witness to that on Nation Town. I like those. You'll never catch me wearing that color, but I like those.
To pay homage to that Gucci sweater Biggie had on. These are the pink Biggies. This material is all reflective. And so are his laces as well. Custom laces. This is like that sock material. I love these. I wear these with no socks. And it's just beautiful. It's wonderful material. High quality. You're not going to see no one else in the streets rocking these. You talking about exclusive. This is exclusive. And it's from your brother. And the best thing about it that I really love is that this brother gives back to his community as well. This brother is promoting some of the Muslim program standards that we also promote as well. So I had to support my brother, and my closet is filled with, I couldn't bring all of the shoes out, and I'm waiting for another pair.
She wanted to.
I did. I just couldn't choose. It was hard.
And I gotta reiterate, full disclosure, we were not paid to endorse this.
Not at all.
That would have been nice. You know, shout out to Somewhere in America clothing and footwear. SIA showed them the logo.
He had
SIA
watches, earbuds, clothes, coats, women's shoes, heels, ladies.
Hats.
They too high for me.
Y'all see the hats right
now.
there.
Hats.
I'm gonna cop one of them hats.
Go
as well.
to the website.
Absolutely.
Follow him on Instagram so you can see when the drops are, and support your brother. Support your brother.
One thing I noticed, he real big on transparency and customer service.
Oh,
and
customer service.
And being clear with somebody. Like it was somebody that was trying to pretend to be his company and was scamming people, and he laid out all the receipts and let them know, hey, you know, this is the real us. That's some foolishness. So, and that's another thing, when a black company does get very successful, you got to look out for the scammers and the wannabes. you know, who try to get off on their name. You see that a lot on social media. Praises due to Allah. So we are going to one more. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. Don't play crazy. Don't play crazy. Y'all know NationTownStore.com got the drip. Got the drip for you as well. Shout out to NationTownStore.com. But before we get there, we got to show love to the Nation of Islam.
That's right.
Listen, it's one thing to tell our people to dress a certain way, do things a certain way, but you also want to provide them with the means to do it, and that's where Demodest comes from. Demodest.com. That's DEMODEST. As you can see on your screen right now, that is the website, Demodest.com. You know, you're going to have to do that pose again because they didn't see you. But shout out to Demodest.com. This is a Demodest item. You see the DM right there. Yes. You know, hit up that DM sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Slide in this DM,
you
right?
Know, slide in that DM. Not this DM. You know.
This DM.
Go get you some DM, man. Get you Demodest. This is a nation-owned, nation-created, Nation of Islam line of clothes.
Yes.
For sisters, all sisters. You ain't got to be a registered MGT. I don't know why you're not, if you're not, but you know, any sister can go and buy. Any brother can go on and buy them for your woman. I guarantee you, once you put a sister in modest clothing, it'll probably bring her to tears over how beautiful she is, because a lot of sisters just don't know how beautiful they are in modest clothing. And as you can see from that website we just showed, it's a lot of different styles, and you know, you might have even seen some sisters dressed in these styles, and you were like, man, I wonder, oh yeah, she had to make that at home. Well, in some cases that's the truth, but you got Demodest that nowadays, you know, everything is online. You can go right now, as you can see, free shipping,
and they ship so quick.
You know, they also have gift cards. So brothers, you want to get something for your mama, your auntie, your sister. You know, they got actual Muslim clothing, hijabs, but they also have leisure wear.
Yes,
you know, things if you just going to the grocery store and all that good stuff, man. A lot of great products, and of course, like I said, y'all already know, NationTownStore.com. If you've never been, go ahead, hit it up. NationTownStore.com. We got that bean pie for you, that delicious honey bean pie. We got all that good stuff, but we also got the clothes too. A lot of people sleep on the Nation Town clothing, man. Yeah. We got the Keep That Same Energy with Your Enemy t-shirts. We got the hoodies. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know we ain't playing out here. Come on now. Come on, what you think it is? Keep that same energy with your enemy. Keep that same energy with you. You don't like black-owned products? Okay, I understand, coon. Well, just keep that same energy with the Caucasian. Get you a sewing machine and just make your own, but keep that same energy. You know, you talk about bad customer service with black-owned business. What's worse than walking into a Macy's and being followed around? Can I help you, sir? Oh no, sir. We keep those products locked up in your community, but you go to that same store in another community, it's all out for everybody. See, you ain't got to deal with that with black-owned companies. We know you, you know us. Support your own. So definitely go to NationTownStore.com.
Deodorant locked up.
Deodorant, like I'm like, what crackhead is out here selling deodorant?
The 25-cent bag of chips is locked up.
Come on, man.
Can I get a bag of chips on aisle 5?
So you can't tell me about no bad, cause we have been receiving bad customer service ever since we were allowed to even make money. Because remember, we've been working a long time in this country without even getting paid. But from the moment we started getting paid, we got the worst customer service from this enemy. So keep that same energy with your enemy and represent that with NationTownStore.com clothing. But with that said, family, we're going to leave you with the words as we did last week of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We thank you. It was a kind of long episode, but we wanted to show and prove how we doing it, because I'm always talking about it. Nation Town, we going on our 5th year. Been doing this since 2017. And every year, almost every episode, no matter what the topic, we talk about buying black, and we just wanted to show and prove. I would be a hypocrite if I'm sitting up here telling you to buy black, but I'm always in the Gucci store. I'm always up in Macy's. I'm always up in Steak 48 or even Long John Silver's or McDonald's or whatever the case may be. So we showing you. We're gonna do another episode where we're gonna talk about some of the things that the black-owned businesses that we support outside of the household. The reason why we did household items is because those are the most frequently bought and used items. You know, in between all your living your best life vacations, you use a lot of toilet paper, don't you? I hope. You know, in between going here and vacationing there and going to this island and that island, you use a lot of deodorant, don't you? I hope. You know, and in between your fabulous life, there are times where you gotta wear something just to go to the grocery store. Well, that's where you go to Demodis. That's where you go. And even when you want to get the drip going, you go to Demodis too with some of these black-owned fashion outlets. So we're gonna talk more about the outside of the home things on a later episode. But I want to thank y'all for watching. And after my wife says a few words, we're gonna leave you with the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
And if you have any questions or want the website or information, contact info for any of these beautiful products that we showed you today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Or the very, very best route would be to contact us on Instagram, DM, or Facebook Messenger as well. You can slide in that DM for some professional insight.
Slide in that DM, please. You know, if you say something stupid, we just gonna ignore you. But if you come for information, just like we do with the courtship manuals and stuff, we'll gladly give it out. And I'm gonna force myself to do an episode when we find new businesses, new companies that we personally know are high quality. And yes, we are endorsing every product that you saw here. We're not getting paid to endorse them, but we sign off on them. We sign off. Those are quality products because we use them. We've tested them. We approve them. And that's what we all should be doing. Every black person, every grown black person should be an expert on at least 10 black brands. I'm going to say that again. Every grown black person that cares about the black community. I don't care about your dashiki. I don't care about your bow tie. I don't care about your headpiece. I don't care about your family reunion t-shirt with the fringes on it. I don't care what you call yourself. If you are not supporting at least 10 black brands on a regular basis, you fronting. You FOS. You full of you know what. You playing. You ain't really about this life. If you're not there right now, just build up to it. Right. Build up to it. I'm not saying you should jump off a bridge because you're not already doing it. That just shows what you're going to do. And when you start seeing that, then you're going to see stop treating, I'm going to close with this, stop treating black businesses like a shrine. What do I mean by shrine? We treat it like shrinery. We say, oh, look at that. Ain't that cute? That's a black business. Okay. All right, let's go to Ralph's. All right, let's go to Macy's. All right, Macy's about to close. Let's hurry up. Oh, you got a store? That's cute. All right, good. All right, hurry up and order on Amazon. See, that's treating black companies and black businesses like a shrine. And then when that company is gone, we sit around talking about, oh, remember when we had this and when we had that? Yeah, we had that because you wasn't going in that and spending your money with that. So that's what this is about. So I want to thank y'all for showing so much love, sticking with us. We're going to leave you as we greeted y'all in the words of peace. We said in the Arabic language.
Assalamu alaikum.
All praises due to Allah.
You understand what I'm saying? Business. Spend your money with your own. If they got a business that can give you what you need or want, spend your money with your own. Yes, it may be a little more. Well, you know, I got to find the bargain. Yeah, I know Walmart got the bargain. Elijah Muhammad never did like Walmarts. Because he said they come in your community and close down small businesses that are trying to serve the community its needs. So now we're closing Walmarts down.
I was told to deliver this message.